Welcome back. Now, top bakers from across Scotland came together at the weekend for the Scottish Baker of the Year Awards, and McGhee's of Glasgow was crowned the overall winner. Well, our reporter Alison McCallum was given a sneak peek behind the scenes at their factory to find out what it takes to be named the best baker in Scotland.
For more than 8 decades, McGhee's has been the bread and butter of Glasgow life.
Almost 80 years ago now we started. It was started by my grandfather. It was continued by his sons in the second generation, and now we are now in the third generation. It started from a single shop in Maryhill. It moved to a bakery. It did a split shift with another baker in Oran Street in Maryhill. It moved up to Miano Street, just beside Firhill, and now 10 years ago we moved to the current facility in Port Dundas.
And from their Port Dundas base, around 100 people work around the clock to bake more than 2 million crispy rolls each week. At the heart of the operation is the ethos of a family business.
You were encouraged to turn up on Saturday morning instead of playing football, to take the brush and go and sweep out the dispatch, keep the place tidy for the workers. So we were always encouraged to work here. We started scraping the trays and cleaning the pans and etc. And we progressed through that. So it's good grounding for everybody.
The team's dedication was rewarded this weekend when they went on a winning roll at the Scottish Baker of the Year Awards. They picked up accolades for their morning rolls and potato scones and were crowned the cream of the crop.
We won the Scottish Baker of the Year for 2015-16. So that's the highest accolade you can get from in the baking industry in Scotland, and we are absolutely over the moon.
We certainly didn't expect it, but it was absolutely overwhelming and super, and it's great news for our business.
And the team are sure they can rise to the challenge in the future when they hope to defend their title.
We love it, and we love the baking industry. We love doing what we're doing. We love coming in here early every day. We love staying late every day, but that's just the way you do it. It's in your blood. It's, the flour is in your blood.
Alison McCallum, STV News.
Well, Gordon joins us now in our studio, as well as Martin Breslin, who's from Visit Scotland. Thank you very much both for joining us here in STV Glasgow. Martin, we'll come to you in just a second, but Gordon, first of all, winning that award, how does it feel?
Winning the award was the best feeling in the world for us. What a super experience it was. And it really gave us, my whole workforce, a real lift. So we're on the crest of a wave, as they say.
And there must have been quite a lot of competition running up to the award as well.
Well, as you say, yes, there was certainly 9 selected bakers going through to the final part of the competition, and to come out on top of these 9, it's just wonderful. Yeah.
So I think we can now see a little clip of a moment when you actually did win the award.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me huge pleasure to announce the Scottish Baker of the Year Award 2015 goes to D. McGhee & Sons!
Thank you very much, and it's beyond our wildest dreams to receive this award. It really is. Thank you very much.
So you won that award, and you also won another couple of awards as well, didn't you? What was that for?
Well, we won the best roll in Scotland, and we won a potato scone. We got a bronze award for potato scone. So that was our 2 product awards. And
as an average consumer, as most people will be, they'll appreciate a potato scone, appreciate a roll, but really what goes into making something so special that's award winning?
Well, for us, we take the time to allow the development of the roll through the process, the time it takes to prove and ferment and add the flavours that way. So we are a craft bakery as such, although we do high volume, so we just are precious about the process. That's what it is.
Sounds very technical, doesn't it, Martin? Now, you're here from Visit Scotland because there's a special project on the go, isn't there? Tell us a bit about that.
Yes, I mean, as you might know, this is the year of food and drink. So right year round, we've got, a programme of events with, special food offering, celebrating what's great about Scottish food and drink. Now, we want there to be a legacy of the year of food and drink. So one of the ways that we're doing that is by creating a new book, an e-book called Treasured Tastes of Scotland. And that allows us to pull together some favourite, some well-loved family recipes from around Scotland, and especially the stories that go with them. there's a very strong bond between food and memory, and we all have very strong memories, especially from childhood, about favourite meals. And we also remember where we were at the time, the people that we were with. It's very important from that point of view. So just for example, the kind of thing in my case that I would be sending in would be a story about, say, my mother's steak and kidney pie, which she used to do around New Year. I mean, it was a huge thing with a big puff pastry hat on it the size of a living room cushion. And I associate that with, all the things about New Year, like first footing and the last of the ginger wine and, all those sorts of things, the neighbours coming round. So that's the kind of thing that we're looking for. We want people to jot down their recipes and tell us the stories behind them and send them in so we can put them into the book.
Have you had many interesting ones so far? Is it just the start of the project, really?
Well, it is the start of the project, but it's unbelievable. Everybody has a story and they are all entirely individual. I was talking to one of my colleagues in the office, was telling me she comes from Stornoway originally, right, and both of her parents were doctors. And apparently the patients used to come round with things like, fish and chickens and live. So she remembers things like the halibut still alive in the sink. Other people, have, their uncle's soup, that they remember getting after a long walk, that sort of thing. So everybody has a very individual story, and memory is a great way of getting that sense of experience and place into it.
And Gordon, McGhee's is a family business. Yes. How important is it, do you think, that recipes are passed down from generation to generation?
Well, I mean, you've got to keep maintaining the quality of the products that you're putting out. So yes, the flavours that we have are important to us. So I don't know if I'll be telling you too many of our own recipes for our own business, because we want to keep them precious to ourselves.
But you told me earlier on that I did not realise that the crispy roll was a Glasgow thing. I had no idea.
Well,
is it Glasgow specific?
It is very much Glasgow specific, and we have roll variation throughout Scotland, so the regional variances is quite a big thing in the bakery industry.
Well, you never know, you might persuade him before the night is out. You never know. So what is the plan for this book then? When it is all brought together and everything's collated, what then happens after that?
Well, we're hoping to get it out towards the end of the year. Obviously, it'll take a time to do, because we have to get somebody to write up the recipes in a way that other people can use. It plays into something that we're talking a lot about during the Year of Food and Drink, which is the importance of experience, because we know that visitors don't just want to, their attitude towards food and drink when they travel is completely different. Normally, when we're at work, we tend to look on food often as refueling. But when you're away, it's much, much more about part of the experience. People want to know where it comes from, the story behind the food. It becomes much, much more about the whole experience of being away. So this is another way into doing that story, is to emphasise the experience part of it, in this case through memory and traditional recipes. But there's another aspect of it as well, which is preserving these recipes, because a lot of these need to be recorded.
We'll have to leave it there, unfortunately. Gordon, Martin, thank you very much for joining us here.
Thank you.